a very popular rock star who had homes on both coasts, found out that he had a contract for 6 months over in Europe that was almost starting immediately, with a possible extension going to the Asian area. He called the stewards of his houses and told them that he would be gone for a while. He didn't know what time when he'd be back, and that they were to be prepared for his return at any particular time. He gave them a rough estimate of, possibly 6 months or so. So off he went. Well, due to circumstances of weather and different things, he ended up with being able to have a month off. So he came back to the United States and to the closest coast and that home that he had there. Upon arriving in his limo at midnight, he was pleasantly surprised by a gentleman who was opening up his door and welcoming him home as he was putting away his cell phone. The rock star, after he was greeted so politely, told the guy what he wanted to have taken in, and as he went up to the front door, the door was opened by another gentleman, the steward of the house, and he was invited into his own home and welcomed very much so. Then out of what seemed like woodwork all over the place, all the servants showed up, tending to his every needs, and that night he went to sleep quite content. When he woke up in the morning, he went to his home office right there, and he checked over the books and checked everything out, and everything seemed to be running very smoothly. So he called the head steward in. Then he told the head steward, "I want you to order a complete, elegant banquet buffet for this evening, and I want you to invite all the staff to that buffet. Now, I want them not to wear their work clothes. I want them to wear their best everyday clothes. And set it up for around 7 o'clock, and then be sure to invite all of them. No children or anything else like that, just the staff themselves." As 7 o'clock rolled in came the staff, and they were all told by the rock star to have a seat at the table. They all sat down, and then he got up and he informed them. He said, "I want to thank you for your faithfulness and being there when I showed up, as you were supposed to be. Therefore, this meal here, I am going to serve you." And that's what he did. Upon the next day, he was feeling rather glad and happy about the whole circumstance, and decided he was going to go and check on the happenings over at the other home he had. So he hired a private jet, went to the other coast, and as he showed up approximately 8-ish in the morning, there didn't seem to be anything right. The front gate was wide open, and as he went up to the front door, it was unlocked, and when he went into the house, it looked like there was a week's worth of a party going on that had been rotting for 2 days, and as he walked through, everything seemed to have been affected by it. He finally found the steward asleep drunk in the pool house room, and then decided to go around and try and find other servants. He went in through the kitchen, and he spotted the door with a padlock on it, and he knew that that was the basement door, but that it shouldn't have had a padlock on it. So he broke it open and went downstairs, and when he went down there, he noticed that the rest of the servants were down there living. He asked what was going on, and an elderly gentleman walked up to him and told him that they were illegally in the country, and that the steward had hired them and then locks them up so that they would not run away. The rock star then grabbed his phone and called his lawyer. Then he called the police. The illegals were taken back to their country. The steward of the house was arrested for both embezzlement because he had stolen funds from the house, as well as human trafficking. Then the rock star proceeded to take about doing the legal proceedings of hiring and transporting back to the United States those people who were the servants, and the elder gentleman that spoke for them was then the steward of the house. And thus it was so.